Oh, hello. Legendary, random legendary sword. Okay, so now we need to find which of these areas has got what we're looking for. So each one of these crypts could be it, but it could not be. We just have to check until we find what we're looking for. Yeah, I'll check it soon. I don't have I don't feel the urgency with it because the stream is not huge. You know what I mean? But when the stream becomes bigger, then there will be more urgency for it. That's another 300,000 from that one. Then we have these special events along the way, which I'm going to do this one just to show you an example of the type of events. This event, the jar, is just like a case of survive for 50 seconds. And every time they keep summoning more mobs. Look at this gold. Okay, let's see how much. So 3.1 million. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so even my followers complimenting me. Okay, so the crown wasn't in this crypt, so we have to go to the other one. There's 3 crypts in this cemetery, so you could get it first time, you could get it on the third. It's just down to RNG. And I don't play hardcore because when you play hardcore, if you die once and it's game over, you lose your character. And I really don't have the patience for that.
The crown is near. So my gift for finding treasure is rubbing off on you now.
So this boss has got 600 million health. Let's see how quickly he is shooting down. Okay, so we're about to find Leoric's crown, which we need to activate the Skeleton King so we can defeat him. Here's the crown, but it's being protected, so we have to kill the... We have to kill Chancellor Emon so we can get our hands on the crown. So I'm Paragon level 197. I think I was 195 at the start.
I am returning to town.
Okay, so I picked up the crown. We have to take it to the blacksmith.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
As you should. You will craft for me weapons with which to carry out my sacred duty.
Yep, and also to disenchant my gear. So like I said before, any spare materials I just throw straight into my chest. I'm going to save up all the legendaries for now. We can open them all at once.
I have the crown. Where is the Skeleton King?
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
The Skeleton King lies at the heart of the imbalance in this land. I will end his reign and find the fallen star.
So now we're going back to the cathedral so that we can raise the Skeleton King and kill him.
Through me.
Maintain your incantation. You will soon turn. Your fire. Now, back to my mission.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well.
Free! Do not let him be off!
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dark. There is no reason to fight.
Agree. Let us fight together.
The one of a Templar is stronger.
You were a Templar, John Dark. How could you succumb to this?
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this. Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven.
Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Your books have no worth to me. They are yours.
Then onwards we go, to fight the Skeleton King.
So at this point, when you first start the game, you can choose to have the Templar as your follower, but I'm using the Scoundrel just because I've had him for ages and I like the buffs he gives. And you can, so we found the Royal Crypts, so now we're getting closer and closer to the Skeleton King.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
So that's just a short insight into how Leoric died.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
Resolute fellow, that Leoric.
Consider it.
After all we've been through.
Don't worry, my friend. I would.
You will never defeat me!
Every king must surrender his crown one day. Remember that.
Okay, here we go. So let's see how much health the Skeleton King has. So he has, let's see, 3.7 billion health. It's halfway there now. That's why I've got my spirit regen ability, just in case I run out of spirit like I did then. Then hitting that Mystic Ally trait, I got 200 spirit back. So that's what's good about this build, is that even when spirit runs out, it's really quick to recover. Okay, that's the Spirit King done. Not Spirit King, the Skeleton King.
The crater. It was you that fell from the sky? I do not believe that you are behind the evil of this place.
I am. I remember falling.
Who are you?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I must. I don't remember.
I will take you to Cain. He will help. I am returning to town. The long road the gods set me upon has led here, to the truth that the fallen star is a man. He knows nothing of who he is, or where he came from. Perhaps Cain will know the truth. I found this man in the crater made by the fallen star.
No man could survive such a thing. Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom.
Okay, next.
Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Falling. Fire. A sword of great power. It was part of me, but it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
The goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
The goatmen are of little concern. I will bring back the sword.
Okay, so we're going to bring back the pieces of the sword to help this guy get his memory back. Okay, so strong spirit, when you look at it. Strong spirit, it says if the enemy explodes after bleeding, gain 15 spirit for each enemy caught in the blast. So when you have loads of mobs around, that means that you can pretty much get back to full spirit straight away. I only attack with well, my spender is Cyclone Strike, and if I want spirit back, then I use Fists of Thunder. Yeah, only when I've completely run out of spirit and I have no other way of generating it. So 90% of the time I'll be using Exploding Palm and then Cyclone Strike spam, and then when those are both run out and they can't get me any more spirit, then I use the Fist of Thunder. So the Fist of Thunder is almost like a backup.
Fragment glows with the stranger's light.
Who are you to take what is mine?
I will return the sword to its owner.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
To hell with you, witch!
Very well. Let the games begin.
Yeah. So I'm very careful to make sure that I select the target with the lowest health and I target them with Exploding Palm, so that then they will blow up the rest, and you see my spirit just jump back to full again. Yeah, but I said it's because I want as much spirit regen as I can.
I need to go back.
So I got the sword piece. I need to take it back to Cain.
The witch Magda and those who serve her also seek the sword.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Yeah. I'm literally doing right now Greater Rifts level 34 solo. So you see here I've got 34, and this build works incredibly well for it.
Magda knows where the next piece is, but her words are a riddle. She said it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leah. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leah, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Okay. Well, legendary gems I have socketed. I've got the Molten Wild Beast Gizzard for a huge amount of life regen and basically healing, and I've got the Boon of the Hoarder to just make as much gold as I can. I do have other legendary gems in my chest, but just for the sake of this run, I'm using the gold gathering one.
After much searching, I have found a promising lead. A family near New Tristram has obtained a valuable relic, and poor fool.
You there, please help. They're going to kill my friend.
Yeah, I saw that, but because I'm using the inner gear at the moment, I can't wear it.
My friend, if we don't do something, help me break these bonds and see for yourself. Wait.
Imagine if I got to like 1,000,000 armor.
Get a handsome devil like you. Why, yes, of course. It's good to see you again.
What do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Losing my patience, wench.
I'll never tell you.
Release the girl. The relic belongs to her.
You actually believe what this scoundrel tells
My other ring is it's just this random one called the Manald Heal, and it's just because it's trifactor. You see the stats on it are really great. You know, 7 attack speed, 47 crit damage, and crit chance as well. I did have a Sword of Jonan in the past, but I figured this would be better to have overall. Yeah, I've got the Royal Grandeur. Because you need that for the set bonuses. Right.
This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
Here's the relic, my love. I hid it like you asked. Father's grown suspicious of us, but that won't matter once we're married. It won't be long, right?
Of course, my dear. Soon we will settle down to a quiet life of tilling the fields and raising children. But first, I have to sell this relic. Alas, I must travel away with my friend here to do so.
You wish to join me?
Yes, yes! You look like you know a lot about markets. Now, lead the way! Wait! The relic is a fake! Gods, I should have known!
No, I've got one already.
Could use a helping
I've got the Royal Grandeur ring.
Stay around here. Ah, there you are.
But what of your betrothed?
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, my name is Lyndon.
What the tomes say of Alaric and this temple is not encouraging. You must be Alaric the Guardian. Uncle Deckard told me of your eternal watch over this cursed place. I thought it was a
Yeah. I mean, as I get gear, then I need to rebalance. I just don't ever want to replace gear if I'm going to become weaker.
Yet another myth. You seek entrance to this temple, but only a Nephilim can enter. If you retrieve the keys from the outlying tombs and use them on the gates, we will see who and what you truly are. Follow me. I will raise the bridge that you may pass. Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients. Within them reside the keys.
Wow. So I've actually, because I'm near level 200, I've actually capped my first stat on this one. Okay, here's the first tomb. We're picking up the keys to go into the ground temple right now. Yeah, because you can imagine how quickly I get Paragon levels with this build. I got a legendary recipe. There's the first one. So now we need to retrieve the other. Okay, here's the second tomb. Get the second piece, so I'm going to the Drowned Temple. Do you think I'm strong enough to defeat Mithrie and Torment 6? The last boss of Act 5.
I can have that when you're done.
Okay, so now I'm going to teleport straight back to the Drowned Temple. My toughness is 18 million right now. And my recovery is 2 million. That's quite significant because my health shoots up. You know, so when you look at my stats, my healing, I get almost 65,000 heals per second, and then another 28,000 per kill, and an extra bonus of 24,000 if I pick up a health globe. So my healing is quite insane.
The temple is open. Enter and defeat the guardians within. Although they are my brothers, they will seek your death.
Okay, so now in the temple, we have to clear out everything. The reason my toughness is so high is because I've pretty much melded pure resistance. So my all resist is 1300 in all. Oh yeah. I've never actually got that achievement before. There's an achievement basically that I just earned, which is to kill all 3 of the brothers with one blow. So because I have this explosive build, this is the first time ever I've been able to do it.
Your strength rivals that of our greatest champions. What now do you think you are? You may enter our most sacred place.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't know that about the recipe thing.
Who here fought her way here just to die? Magda! And who is this you bring with you? Adria's daughter? She has power within her. No matter. Your mother will soon share your fate, little woman. The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood!
Correct.
Did you mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
She tries to prey upon your thoughts. Close your mind.
This fight was too easy. She's toying with us. We must get back to Uncle Deckard right away.
I am returning to town.
Okay, so let's go back to town.
I have the second piece of the sword.
I remember a glow streaking towards a fishing village.
That must be worth them.
Ah, brilliant, dear Leah. Have the ferryman take you there.
Okay, so we're going to go now get the third piece. So we need to take the ferry.